Alright, let's see if we can find a live game for you guys. Nope. Full. We can always host one because we're lazy and don't want to wait. We'll give myself quite a large timer here. About the only reason I don't like doing this in real time is because it takes so much longer. You gotta wait for all the OKs and the yeses and blah blah blah. So let's look at the deck while the game fills. I've been tweaking with this a lot. Pretty much I took a blue back ad nauseum list and I splashed a few cards. The important ones here that are really good are Wheel of Fortune, Past in Flames. Grapeshot has actually been really good. Seething Song is kind of played just because we're splashing anyway. Green, even though I only run 31 lands actually right now. Exploration is really good. Post ad nauseum, if you have a green source with High Tide, it produces multiple mana with lots of wheel effects. We don't have Time Twister online yet, but we will soon. It doesn't really matter. You only have a couple lands. You have enough mana sources to be able to wheel out, and this will just be pure gravy because you'll draw into like 2 lands a lot of times, and this will just give you the extra mana. The real reason we like splashing green is Carpet of Flowers and Sylvan Library. Carpet of Flowers is if we're not playing against blue, then I pretty much consider it a win anyway. Like, you're always going to have a couple islands on the opposing battlefield, and if not, you're either really unlucky if they're playing blue and a bunch of bad lands, which I'm not really too worried about. If they're not playing a fetch space, their deck probably is kind of budgeted and not that good anyway. Library, even though it kind of seems counterintuitive when our main win condition is ad nauseum, it doesn't really matter because the card advantage it gets you is insane, and we have enough zero artifact acceleration that in an opening hand we should be able to cast this turn 1 or 2. The really nice thing about going all the colors is you get a 10th fetch, which seems something that's slight, but an extra shuffle effect is actually really good. If you look through the deck here, lots of mana, efficient cantrips. Only white cards we play are Enlightened Tutor and Silence. Enlightened Tutor is incredibly good early. When we're splashing with green, it gives us a second access to Sylvan Library to refill our hand when we get something that needs a fight through control or something like that. It's kind of like a Dark Confidant that's way better. It also, as you saw in the, I don't know if you watched the last game, but I can grab my Future Sight for Future Top. I can grab my Mind Over Matter if I need mana to win at just 1. And because I'm playing white, I'm just going to toss a Silence in 2 because it's better than a Spell Pierce or a Swan Song or even a Misdirection, which I think I cut to kind of make up for some of the damage loss. Also, we've cut the Tidespout Tyrant, which lets you go infinite with your bounce triggers, which is fairly good sometimes, but like 9 times out of 10, you can resolve the Mind Over Matter. It does the same thing, getting you infinite, and you really infinite mana, and you really can do it with just 6 instead of Tidespout would be 8 plus 1 behind it to start your bounce chain. So not necessarily amazing. Cards I'm not in love with. Limb Duels I kind of like because I want to keep my tutor count high, but the damage is very relevant and you flip lots of cards. Nature's Lore, something I'm kind of testing out. This could be like a Signet or something else, which I like because you can cast it for colorless. But when I'm running High Tide tech and I really want my lands out, I tried running 2 for a while. I didn't really like it over another land. Oh, we got a game. But it's not bad. It's good in your opening hand, and it's always good to have extra lands out. And to be able to fetch for a net of 1 when you're on High Tide and grab a blue-green duel will just net you mana. So I like it slightly better than a Signet. Plus we're already playing the blue-black artifact acceleration that we have in our colors here. Looks like we play last. This is why I hate playing live games, because people take forever to click. I'll admit that sometimes I'm guilty of this myself, but how long does it take to decide to click yes when you get to draw your card first no matter what? Alright, a Tog is just kind of trolly. Let's look at this hand. 1 land is not very good. I don't have a cantrip that costs 1, so I can't find another land right away. So I could sit here in top deck mode for forever. If we'll take Key plus Grim Monolith, this is pretty good, but we really don't have enough card sources with this hand. We have a tutor, but it's kind of a crappy one. So since we get a free 7 on MTGO, we're just going to pitch this hand back. Hopefully, what we really want is we want a couple lands, a mana acceleration, and then a tutor or some cantrips or something like that. So let's let this guy take his time to decide here. Would you like to mull the 7? Yes. Dark Ritual, wheel, and lands. I don't really like wheeling out my tendrils. This is part of the reason I play the Grape Shot, but we can always get it back. I'm going to keep this hand because it has mana and it has wheel, and that's really all that matters. So with Dark Ritual, we can cast this wheel turn 2. We'll just have a black source and a red source. So I'm thinking with this, we grab our Underground Sea, and then this can be our red source here. Let's F8, make things a little faster. If you want to play a better general, Sliver Queen's probably the best 5-color general. It can block. It's a mana sink if you get clogged on nothing but mana. Better blocker as a 7/7 or attacker than a 5/5, but a Tog's picture is kind of fucking hilarious. I never cast my general anyway, so. Let's see what we got here. Vorosh. Where's Vorosh? This guy? Allura leading off with colorless source. That doesn't really scare me. I don't know that I want to crack this Verdant Catacombs before my turn or not. Ooh, Nature's Lore. Interesting. Oh, it's tempting to cheat an extra mana source out, but that would take some time. Let me think. If I Dark Ritual turn 2 and use this for green, we'll just pass with this open. Then we can go get... no, I don't think I have a red source on green. Well, I could get... I could go for Badlands, but then I'm not upping my high tide count, so that's kind of bad. Let's think here. If we Dark Writ into a green, that's 4, net 1 down, so it goes back to 3. But I don't think I have a red-green source, which is kind of shitty. And this can't fetch red-blue. Kind of awkward. So really we're deciding, do we take... How would that even work? I guess we could go get green. No, because we have to either have black on this and then the command tower has to be red, so we have to have black on this. Now I do have a Bayou, so I could Bayou into a Trop Isle. No, because I still need to go green. Yeah, it's not going to work because I have to have a green and black split. So we can bend this Nature's Lore, or we can slow roll this hand. We have an extra land, so I think I'm just going to slow roll the hand and get more mana sources out. Let's see what we top deck here. Force of Will. Not bad, because then I can protect my wheel. Yeah, we're just going to command tower here. And we're going to go ahead and get our UC. And then we're going to play our Nature's Lore. This will up our high tide count. Oops, green. We can afford to wait another turn. These guys don't look like they're playing very fast decks. I mean, this guy's a Signet, but that's about it. I guess it's smarter to take the breeding and put it into play tap, so I have a Trop later. Life is relevant sometimes. So this will be a turn 2 Dark Writ into a no, turn 3 Dark Writ into a wheel, so we can bend these cards we don't really want. I can force to protect my wheel, so it's not going to get countered, so that's not bad. Maybe we get something. The best thing we could draw off the top would be more mana, more value, something that's free that gives us mana. Rhystic Study. Wait, remove all units. God damn it! I hate when I do that. Fuck, I should have forced that. That's going to be really fucking annoying, but that's part of the problem with hitting fucking F6 in this game. I tried to hit remove auto yields real quick, but I was not quite fast enough. That sucks a lot, because he's going to draw insane amounts of cards. The good news is he doesn't have blue sources out yet, so I think we're going to be able to win before he draws into counters. And if he's budgeted, he won't be drawing into forces and free counters. So it might not be an issue, but it's going to be really annoying clicking OK to his trigger like a zillion times. I don't necessarily want to bend the Mind's Desire anyway, so it's not like a complete loss, but yeah, that should have been forced. So that was a misplay of F6 right there. Oh, the guy Croson grips it. God, I love people so much. It was not a misplay. I kept my Mind's Desire, and this guy's going to do all the work for me. Thank you, good sir. Waste your kill for mind over matter on that thing. God, I love it. Because I have a white source here, but yeah, snap's not really good. But I'm going to go ahead and drop it for value, and it's an island, so it's good. So we're going to go Dark Ritual, and we're going to spin the wheel. And now we can bet our snap to a force if someone has a counter or a free counter, but I doubt they will. Oh, Time Spiral and High Tide, I like it. And we get to keep a Chain of Vapor open for turn. No real need to Windfall with Time Spiral in hand, so we're just going to be spinning the wheel again next turn. And because of the High Tide, we'll cast the High Tide off our command tower. We will tap for, let's see here. Yeah, this is red, so we'll get our Valk Island out. So we'll have an extra red source. Then we'll tap out for 8. And then we'll spiral out to tap 9 more, so we'll have like 11 mana floating when we spiral here. And the even better part is, I'm going to get to put my Mind's Desire and Tendrils and shit back in my deck. Windfall is decent because if we hit a Yogg Wind, it'll be really easy to go off. But if you notice here, I don't even have a Tutor Bend yet, so it's going to be harder to get the reach. I mean, we have the Mind's Desire, but this is big mana, so this is definitely Time Spiral here. We can value Chain of Vapor something before our turn. Right now, the only target would be that Talisman, but it taps for blue. Oh, he has a Talisman and a Signet. Well, this one's untapped, so we're going to go ahead and dodge Spell Pierce, I think, or any converted mana cost 1 counters, because we've got a good chance of hitting for a win off a Time Spiral with that much mana floating. I mean, you have to hit top deck Tutor plus draw, or Tutor, or another wheel or something like that, but the odds are fairly decent. We'll see if anyone pops anything that we care about more than that. Hopefully this guy doesn't just say go. I don't see any counter spells in his first hand. I don't know if that's good or bad. What's bad is I don't see any way of him curving out, so he's probably not going to fucking drop anything, which is really bad. Yep, not going to drop anything. Doesn't matter. The good news is, we have this Windfall for if my Time Spiral does eat it, and I don't think I'll have enough mana to cast it behind it. If I had 2 floating, yeah, annoying. Maybe I'll get a Mana Crypt or something off the top. Wow. Okay. Mind over Matter. That's a good card. Let's do some math here. We can ban 1, 2, 3 cards. So we'll take Valk. Let's think for a second here. Do I want to float the white? I don't think it matters at this point. I get to bend 2 cards. So 1, 2, 3. I'll have 2 left. I can bend 2 to the Time Spiral. So we're gonna go ahead and run this out. Now we get to check for counter spells. No. Now we've got lots of mana. Oh, look. Cyclonic Rift and Mind's Desire. Oh, fun time. So, let's go ahead and open with Thoughtseize on dude with mana. Counterspell? No. Key Rift, Turnabout, Mines Desire. What are we at? Storm 4, so Storm 5, 6, 7, 8. That's decent hit odds. So let's go ahead and run out Voltaic Key. Then we'll untap. I don't need to overload this Rift, so I'm just going to cast it. What do we want to float? We don't really care about green. We'll float one of each of these. Mox Opal, not very good. Show me Reach. It's kind of like Wheeling, except for free. More mana. Brainstorm is good. Yogg-Win. Guess what that means? More Mines Desire. And that is a hit. So now, Mox Opal. Exploration. So we'll go ahead and just drop the basic land. Signet. We'll cast our Brainstorm now. Oh, look, a Demonic Tutor. That seems good. Seems okay. So we're going to put down the land, obviously, and the Chain of Vapor. Okay. We need to be able to... Yogg-Win is free, so we just need to be able to turn about, and we'll untap fine, so... It doesn't matter. So we can go ahead and Demonic first, I think. Let's make sure. 3, 6, 7... Yep. What do we want here? We're at Storm 13. We want Remand so that we can cast that Mines Desire twice. So we're going to go ahead and Yogg-Win. And then we'll float a black. We'll Thoughtseize this guy. Anything that's instant? Yeah, we're gonna flip like half our deck with Mines Desire now. They're totally boned. We'll save the Demonic Tutor, and we'll just go ahead and pop Mines Desire now. So, oh yeah, Turnabout. Yeah, duh. Yeah, Command Tower, plus we got a red here, so we can float our white, float our green, float our back. Gilded Lotus is a net of barely anything, so we'll go ahead and throw that out here because now we can go like this. And now they're totally boned. Because I already used my Yogg-Win, it might be easier to save this Remand for the Tendrils, but because I'm playing Grapeshot 2, I don't actually have to. Yeah, I think I'll just save it for the Tendrils since I already blew my Yogg-Win. So we're just going to let this hit because we've got tons and tons of reach now. And we still have that demonic tutor, so not really too worried about that. Oh look, no more green. Yes, you can go ahead and quit, son. I'm going to pop my LED. We're just going to ramp lots and lots of storm. Yes. Okay, well, they quit, so since he quit, we're just going to go get tendrils and kill him. But the reason we save that remand is because we already popped the Ogwyn, so it's much easier to just go tendrils, remand, tendrils. Mind over matter is a giant mana battery here, so we can untap that Guild Lotus as many times as we want. Good game. You see here the green and white splash are like, you know, minor things. The red splash is actually really important because the second Past in Flames and the wheel, as you saw in the opening hand, are huge. Like, splashing for just 2 cards like that isn't bad at all if you just want to even run red. I mean, you could run Nekusar, and then, you know, your wheels become a kill condition if someone, like, say, Sadistic Sacraments out your Grape Shot and your Tendrils or whatever. I mean, you can just run some more mana over the green cards and a few more cantrips or something of that nature. Crappy tutor like Mystical Teachings to find Ad Nauseam or something like that. Results Fame area, I think, is done. I think Amarok is regretting Corrosion Gripping that Rhystic Study because let me keep my Mind's Desire in the pile, which was really good because that's how I won. And I didn't have to deal with a zillion triggers. Though he was tapped out, it wouldn't have really mattered unless he plays Force. And judging by his Orsov skill gate, I'm going to say he doesn't play the $100 plus Force of Will on MTGO. I'm trying to think whether it would have been best to force it there or not. Like, it really sucks having been a card like Mind's Desire to force that anyway. So maybe it was my Yu-Gi-Oh luck hitting F6 there. And looks like this guy is just going to... he's either AFK or doesn't care, so we're going to stop.